Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride into the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. Our show is sponsored by Riverview Family Auto Sales. RiverviewFamily.com auto sales. Reach out to them if you'd like to buy automobiles or any boats or anything. So reach out to them. Okay, so tonight on the racing show, we have with us Daniel Newman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So, Daniel, let's talk about your racing career.
Okay.
Okay. Where did it all start for you?
Probably it started about when I was about 6 years old. My stepfather was drag racing, and we went to US 30 drag strip. We had friends there that were working on the Greeks car. So that was really my first trip to the drag strip, and I was just hooked on speed.
Okay. When you got behind the wheel for the first time, what was that like for you?
Scary. Very scary. Because the first track that I went to the drag strip, and I didn't really have, a lot of coaches or anything, or anybody really helped me. So we just had to wing it. Getting staged and everything was just very nerve wracking. But like anything else, once you get through that first one, and the next one's a little bit easier, and it just kept getting better.
Okay. How much success have you had as a race car driver?
As a driver, not a whole lot. Most of my success in the drag racing came when I was with the funny car team out of Tennessee, and we had some pretty good GM money. We won the popular hot riding meet, um, won the Bluegrass Nationals, runner up at Indy. Um, so that was pretty good. I've kind of come to the realization and talked with some people. I'm doing this micro sprint racing now, and I've just set my mind on. Yeah, I'm just going out to have a good time. It doesn't matter if I win or not. Um, the thing that I've been doing is helping other people get a look at the 600 side. Um, and that in itself is really rewarding. And this class is better than what the alcohol drag classes were. Um, you get to the track, and there's just so many families there. Everything is family oriented. Um, you just can't beat it. And if somebody breaks, uh, other teams are going out of their way to help them get back on the track. It's not so much the competition thing taking a hold, but how can we help them get back out so they can keep going?
Okay, you were talking about your funny car days when you worked on a funny car. Who was that team that took the runner up?
Vertel brothers. The driver was John Powell.
Okay. Now that you're running micro sprints, where did your racing number come from?
Well, the first car, the 61N car, um, I was running out of my brother's shop. He races micros too, and he's got the 29, or he's got the 45 car. His wife has the 29, and so it was just a progression. The next step up was 61, and it just so happened I was 61 when I started doing it. And then the second car came into play, and it's the 65 car, and I was 65 when I got that one on the track.
Okay. When it comes to your racing career, okay, how do you celebrate your victories?
My victories, now it's just anytime I get to see a new face come out of the car and the look and the way they're talking about trying to explain this amazing ride they've just been in. Um, uh, that's a big thrill. And the more I can do it, um, just the happier I am when I do it. I do have I have a Navy veteran that April, he's going to get in the car, and it just so happens he's the chief of police of South Bend.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm getting a wide variety of new people exposed to the sport.
Okay. What's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
I get to bring the car home in one piece.
Okay. How about an awesome day at the race shop?
Um, just a basic cleanup and service and put the car back together. No major repairs, and it doesn't have to come apart and go to the chassis shop.
Well, talking about regular service on the car, what does regular maintenance on the car consist of?
For me, it consists of you take all the panels off and give it a bath, clean it all up, go through the fuel system, go over all the nuts and bolts and make sure everything's tight and everything's lubed up. Check the oil. I change my oil every 3 races. Um, and pretty much after that, I just go through the trailer and make sure everything that I need is in the trailer. And sometimes I have a lot more than I really need, but you can never have enough spare parts.
Okay. Well, okay. Um, who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
Well, this year is starting off a really good deal. Before I had just little sponsors here and there. Um, I just got back tonight from talking to a company, the Coons Lake Brewery, um, and they are jumping on board for about the next 3 years. Um, and it's going to be they're going to take up most of the 61 car, and then the 65. The gentleman Chris has, um, I guess you'd say, a clean out service. He goes around and works for realtors, does mostly commercial buildings. He'll go in and say, like an attorney leaves one of the high rises downtown, he'll go in and clean all out, all the whatever they left behind, desks, file cabinets, furniture, and clean it up for the realty company. He's on board this year. He'll probably be long term. Um, and then there's a little trucking company that little family owned company, Hensley's Trucking. They're out of South Bend. They'll be on board for at least this year and probably next year. So other than that, I always, I'm an Air Force veteran, so I always have all the branches recognized on my cars.
Thank you for your service.
So that's pretty important. Uh, we just did reboxed a bunch of toys for Toys or Tots this past weekend. So it's just really important that the veterans be recognized.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay, being you have that big sponsor come on board with you on that one car, are you
And,
eventually going to take it to the Tulsa shootout?
well, um, you know, that would be. Let's just see what happens this year. Um, I would like to go just for the experience. Um, I missed a lot of this past year because I was in a pretty bad accident, and that kind of sidelined me for most of the season. So I just need more seat time to feel comfortable to go to a big show like that. I'm getting better.
Okay.
I made a couple of good runs in a couple of heat races towards the end of this year. I got back in the car for about 4 or 5 races. Um, I was leading one of the heat races in this little green car. Uh, None other than B Rex came blazing past me on the fifth lap. So uh, he's a good kid. Uh,
Oh, yes.
so
With your
that was
racing,
that was just something that it was just fun. It was fun while it
yeah.
lasted. Uh, and I got to kid around with him a little bit after the race and told him that he was supposed to block for the purple car with the old guy in it until at least the last lap. He just kind of laughed a little bit. Yeah. I enjoy getting to see the whole Bush family when they're at the track. Um, it just seems like Dad is a whole different person other than when he's away from NASCAR,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm sure
Yep.
it's just a job at NASCAR. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a whole other subject. We're not gonna go there right now on that one.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Um,
we got we
so
got Earnhardt's grandson that races with us too. But
yeah.
he's moving up pretty fast, so we probably won't be seeing too much of him. But Wyatt races at both Peru and Logan Sport.
Okay.
And
So
another
with
little kid.
oh yeah. So with your racing career, are you still looking for sponsors for your racing teams?
Sure, every little
Okay.
bit helps. I mean, I've been doing this by myself for this will be starting the sixth season.
All
Um,
right.
so
How
every
does
little
how
every
does
little
one get
bit
a hold of you
helps.
to how does one get a hold of you to sponsor you?
The easiest way is they can call me. They can. I'm on Facebook. It's under Stepchild Racing. Leave me a message, and I'll get back with them. Um, uh, that's the easiest way to do it. And
Oh,
people ask me about Stepchild Racing, and it's um, I'm a stepchild, and people don't really think about it, but stepchildren are the original underdogs. Uh,
mm-hmm. True.
So that's kind of where we're at with that. It's just so the whole team right now is just about going out and having a good time, just having fun. And if we
Yeah.
get to win or place, well, that's a bonus.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor Daniel and his racing team, reach out to Stepchild Racing on Facebook and message him, and he will get back to you if you'd like to sponsor him or if you'd like to get to know him better with his racing team. All right. Okay. So, what is your home racetrack you race on?
Peru and Logan Sport, they're both within 5 minutes of each other as far as travel time goes. Um, Logan Sport's a pretty fast track. I think it's one of the fastest micro tracks in the country. Um, and Peru is, I don't know, it's a nice little track too. It's run by the same family, the Woods family. great people, um, help me out a bunch. And when we're doing these new drivers, uh, Jim's out there, making sure the track's good for them, and just um, goes out of his way to make sure that everything is almost perfect for them.
Okay.
So
What is your most favorite racetrack you ever raced on?
US 30.
Okay. Why is that
I,
your favorite?
I I'm just a drag racer at heart. I think it's the instant gratification. Where else can you go that fast in that short of time? And um, I would probably still be doing it, but it's just for a single person like me, it's just cost prohibitive. I mean, these guys have unlimited budgets. I mean, even in the alcohol ranks now, and you just can't keep up with the high dollar teams. It's
Yep.
kind of, he who has the most money wins. Well, that's kind of true in drag racing.
Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of true in all racing, but the micros, you, you can be competitive and not have a ton of money in wrapped up. Um,
Okay.
and I have, there's a couple of other people I have to mention that have just helped me out so much. Tony McFarland, he helps me out when I have new drivers. Like he'll bring a car and come and help with, just pacing them a little bit. And then Rodney Staley at Concept, geez, I watch him and he helps out everybody. It doesn't matter if you've got one of his cars or not. If you ask him for a hand, he's going to help you. If you got a question, it doesn't matter. He's just going to help you. And I think he's kind of the godfather of micros.
Okay.
Got a really impressive resume, and
Oh yes.
I'm sure that he's kind of in the giving back to the sport now. Um,
Yeah.
and he's helped me out so much. It's just um, I couldn't ask for a better friend.
All right. So when you're strapped in your race car, getting ready to go out on the racetrack, what else keeps you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Well, um, the competition is exciting. It's a thrill. Uh, just the whole experience. I don't know how to explain that experience. I don't. Um, it's very awesome. Um, it reminds me of the old "Wide World of Sports" saying. It's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. um, I, when I do good, it's good. Sometimes when I do bad, it's good. Um, I think that just being able to get out there and run hard and run with the other people and um, is just exhilarating. Yeah, and you get to kid with the other drivers and talk with the other drivers, and it's not when you're on the track. It can be dog eat dog, but when you're off the track, it's a whole different. You're back to hanging out. Um,
Okay. Yeah. So all right. Give it a big racing event you're looking forward to racing at.
I didn't hear you.
Do you have any big racing events you're looking forward to racing in?
Uh, Well, we have some big races coming up at both tracks, and before I would shy away from them, and I think we're going to them this year. Um, I I don't have it in front of me. They just released the schedule for Peru, and there's a big race going to be at Peru this year again. So I'll go to that, and then uh, they have the KKM. They have one of the challenges at Logan Sport. You know, probably try the three. I think there's like three big races this year going to be at Logan Sport. I'll try and get all three of those. A lot
Okay.
depends on work schedule.
All
When I
right.
can get off, when I can't get off.
Yeah. All right. So, do you have a racing nickname?
We're trying to get past that. um, it's been Flipper because I've been upside down a whole hell of a lot. Um,
Okay.
Kind of dying out, but people kid me about, well, you should put your name and number on the bottom of the car so they know who it is. I said, they know who it is when I go over because I don't just go over. It's a show.
Oh yeah.
So um, I've got. I was just talking with the girl that is doing all my design, and I was gonna. Last year, I had on my wing, I had a saying, and it said, "Life's journey is not to arrive at the grave in a well-preserved body, but rather to slide in sideways, totally worn out, screaming, 'Holy shit, what a ride!'" Um, she said, "Well, we could put that on the bottom." I said, "We're not putting anything on the bottom." Um, so you'll see it somewhere on the car. And then we've got a couple of little graphics, cartoon graphic, like mine is a little kid with a black hair and a flat top smoking a cigar. That's the child. And then we have the redheaded one because my driver last year had helped me for about a year. And I asked her, I said, "Well, why don't you just get in a car?" I said, "There's people that'll help you get in a car." And so I was working with Tony to put a car together. And I ended up buying it and finished it. And so when I was telling her about stepchild racing and the child, she said, "Well, what about the redheaded one? She's got red hair." So I said, "Well, we got to find something for the redheaded one." So on the blue car, the 65, there is a little girl with a frown on her face, and she's got her arms crossed in these two red pigtails. Um, and those are the children. those,
Oh
those
yeah.
are the stepchildren of stepchildren. Uh, so we're going to play around with them and see what we can do with maybe some shirts or stuff, and have them on shirts with the cars. And I don't know. I'm trying to leave it all up to Brooklyn and let her just run wild with the design. I told her, "Look, I'm not getting involved with it. If I do, it's going to end up a mess. So you just make it as sick as you can make it, and we'll just run with it." And if you look on Stepchild Racing in a little while, there'll be a picture of a rough draft of what next year's 61 car is going to look like with the brewery fish and everything on it. Um,
Okay.
I was going to wait and hold out and not put it up for a little while, but no, we're just going to run with it. We're going to let everybody see it right
All
out
right.
of the box.
Okay. So who's your racing hero?
Oh, God. Probably the Greek. Between him and Gartless, I don't know who was the oldest and who raced the longest, but they both set milestones in drag racing, and they were probably the oldest drivers I know in all of racing. I don't think the Greek was in his 80s before he quit, and that's a top fuel car. So, I mean, I'm not too far away from that, but let's just hope I can get that
You know,
far.
talking about that, Daniel, look at John Force. He just stepped out of a funny car now.
Yeah, I saw that, but that poor guy. That last crash, he got tore up, and I didn't really understand the whole dynamics behind that because it didn't look that bad until my wreck. And here just recently, somebody explained to me the hydraulic problems you have when you hit something that hard because our body's made up mostly of water, and all that shifts to where in the direction of the crash, and that's why everything inside gets tore up so bad. And, I feel sorry for John. He was far from going to quit. Um, so, um, oh, and there's somebody else I really have to mention. I love Simpson products. Um,
Oh yeah.
I've had Simpson for years, and this year I had to order a new helmet, and I don't hear very well. Um, I guess too many years of loud pipes. So when I have my helmet on, I can't, even if I use the earbuds, I can't hear what the radio's telling me. So a couple of years ago, I had to take in. Simpson came up with a drag bandit because it's got the built-in head sock, and I really like that. But they came up with that, and they were able to put ear cups in it, and the speakers in the ear cups. And this is how bad my hearing is. I have to wear my hearing aids and put my helmet on, and the ear cups encapsulate my ears, and it blocks out most of the outside noise. Well, my new bandit, um, they said they couldn't get the ear cups in them. So they tried, and they moved the speakers up in the cheek pads. So I was able to try it 2 weeks ago when we tested, and we had some more youngsters in the cars. And it wouldn't work. So I called and I talked to, I believe her name was Kate Villanova at Simpson, and she talked to her boss, and I just sent the helmet back, and they're going to modify it so I can have the ear cups in it.
Okay.
I wasn't sure where I was going to be at as far as that, but they took care of it. They looked out for me, and they went out of their way to give me the product I needed to stay safe. So
All right.
I did. I do have to mention them.
All right. Who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Oh, geez. Well, there's Tony McFarland, the Smith family, the Culp family. Pretty much anybody we race against. Uh, all the guys that run concept chassis, they're real good. We talk a lot. There's one, the Hartzell family. They're pretty much a diehard non-wing family. And I got Tyler, I got him into the wing car when I had the attorney out. We had extra time, so I got him to take it out with the wings. And he really liked that. And I put him back in another one and let him go again. But pretty much everybody at the track is family.
Okay. So, are you, when it comes to you racing on the racetrack, are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Am I what on the racetrack?
Are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
No. The big thing is I can find where I need to be. I have a hell of a time staying there. Um, and that's where I get into trouble when I get past. And um, I can find out where the car likes to be and where it'll take me at. Sometimes I get a little too high, and sometimes I get a little too low. And when that happens, I usually get past. Um, I've been getting better at not being upside down. Um, I'm getting a little bit better at control. And everybody keeps telling me you just need more seat time. Um, but the only the only thing is why I should have more seat time in, but like this year or this past season, the truck accident uh, took me out from May 15th until like the last four races of the season.
Okay.
Um, the year before, I was almost 3 months out just because one delay led to another, and it just the more delays I got, the more it compounded, and I didn't have my car done. I didn't have my car back for powder coat until 6 weeks after I was supposed to have it back. And then that just put everything else 6 weeks out. And by the time I got caught up, it was like, well, this season's kind of a wash already. Um, yeah, I've gotten a couple of concussions that have sidelined me for a little bit. Uh,
Okay.
so we're just looking to have a good season this year, just all the way through it, stay healthy, and we're just going to see what happens.
All right. What is the best piece of advice you've gotten as a race car driver?
Something that I have a hard time understanding. They say you have to go slow to go fast. um, and more than one person's told me that. And I can get it, but I don't get it. Um, when I need to just maintain and be kind of slow. Um, it's that somebody passes me, and I think, well, I need to go catch them and pass them back. And that just ends up bad because I'm trying to go fast when I should just be maintaining or going slow and just getting the experience in.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, Daniel, um, all right, when you're out there racing the tracks, you like a wet heavy track, a dry dusty track, or right in the center?
Right in the center. Um, Dusty tracks are a little scary sometimes. I don't really like a wet, muddy track at all. It just like
Okay.
slippery and snotty, and that's why I like the wing. I think the wing is. I feel that I have to drive it more than slide it, and I think that's just a control thing.
All right. When it comes to, okay, that being said, Daniel, what kind of advice would you give a new race car driver?
You have to have patience. Just wait; it'll come. It'll eventually get there. Um, and just have patience.
Okay. Um, all right. What do you like to do for fun outside the racetrack?
Well, I, I don't really have a life. um, Trying to keep the cars maintained, trying to work, and I've got 3 German Shepherds that are rescue dogs. They kind of keep me awful busy.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised they're not trying to talk to everybody right now, but they're just laying around being good.
Okay. Um. Okay. You have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Oh, geez, I shared one the last time about the guys with the blowing hydro. That's about the craziest thing I can think of. But um, well, my my stepbrother used to race motocross, and he was quite good. And he used to run with the Loracco family. And anybody in motocross kind of knows who Mikey is. But they were getting ready to go, I don't know, out west for something. And they were meeting up with Loracco's, and somehow everybody got turned around and headed wrong directions. And they ended up running across the curb on the toll road, getting onto the toll road. And
Oh
so
boy.
there they were, the trailer, our trailer, had a bent axle. When they hit the curb, they bent the damned axle. I was at home, and my stepfather had this big C70 Chevy with a big welder on the back and
Oh
torch.
yeah. Yeah.
So he calls me up and says, "Hey, you got to go out back and cut the axle out from under the boat trailer." It's like, what? He said, "Yeah, bring that up here," and told me where they were at. And we had a buddy that had a wrecker service, called Jimmy, and tell him you need him to follow you up with the 1-ton. So here we had this parade of the welding truck and a tow truck and a couple other people, and here we go. And we go up to the toll road. Now, it couldn't be just change out the axle and the springs and everything. No. The axle out from under the boat trailer was too long. So
Oh
we had to
boy.
cut it down and shorten the damn thing to fit under the motorcycle trailer. And poor dad, he was sicker than a dog while we were doing all this. And I think it was raining and terrible weather. But we got it put underneath the trailer and got him headed down the road, and it went down the road straight. How, I don't know that happened, but that's just that's something that just, if I thought about it, I could probably tell you more family stories about that stuff that um, just sometimes crazy. We
So what do you enjoy? What do you enjoy most about racing?
um, personally, I like the feeling of going out and competing. Um, and that's kind of switching over a little bit to, I just like um, it's just one big family there. The racing family um, is something really special. Um, just to, yeah, be able to be a part of it. Um, Watch how the other families, um, like especially the junior sprints, watching these little kids and their parents, it's a blast because they understand competition, but it's not, 1 minute they're out there racing each other, and the next minute they're all sitting in the pits playing in the dirt together. Um,
Okay.
and moms and dads are there all together and talking, um, and then that goes into the other classes too. Sometimes you get some people that are I don't know how to put this, professional in what they're doing. Um, but they're too, they're pretty decent people. Like Braxton's pit crew. I mean, when he's getting in the car and he's on the track or he's in staging, they're pretty professional about what they're doing. But they're paid to do that. But after that, they'll talk to you like anybody else. So I guess just the family atmosphere and just um, the friendship.
Okay. So at this portion of the racing show, Daniel, I'd like to turn the mic over to my guest. If you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, you can ask me a couple questions.
Are you going to come and get in the car?
Would like to, but yeah.
I told you, you get to the track and we'll put you in the car.
Yeah.
That's kind of a mission right now, is to find people to put in the car that haven't experienced it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And I think we got kind of a pretty decent program set up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk to you before you go out a little bit. I don't, because I'm not the one to be talking to about, finding your line and doing this and sliding and doing that. I'm not quite there yet, but we've got people there that are, and, they can tell you what you need to do. And then, like Tony, he brings his car, and when the people go out in line, he'll go out with them and just kind of pace with them and kind of run alongside them a little bit, and just get them used to what they're doing and what to expect out there, and then get them to pick it up a little bit.
Okay.
I think we could develop something really good, but I don't know how well we're going to do that.
Yeah.
And it would take.
But
So, anyway, when you want to get in the car?
yeah. Like I said, yeah.
I told you about the attorney when he got nervous in the car.
Oh yeah.
So, it's not a big deal. It's just a deal.
It would be a blast.
It would be.
Yeah.
So when are we going to get you down here?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, you call me and say, I think I'm ready, and we'll make it happen.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yep.
I was hoping that the quarter midget kids were going to be able to join us tonight, and the attorney, but they never got back with me. So I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. That's fine. But I would like to thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. I will have you step out, and I will call you a little bit to thank you. But before I go, is there anybody else you'd like to thank you for helping you get this far?
I just can't say enough good about Rodney. If somebody's actually thinking about getting into this sport, they need to call Concept and talk to Rodney about it. He'll help them in any way he can, anywhere from finding a used car to making them a brand new one.
Okay.
Tony McFarland, he's helped me with tuning my cars, kind of getting me pushed over, to take another step forward instead of two backwards. It's been a real benefit to me to be able to have these people around.
Yeah. But thank you again, Daniel. I will have you step out and I will call you in a little bit to thank you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Daniel Newman on a racing show tonight, talking to us about his racing career. Go hit him up on his racing page called Stepchild Racing if you'd like to get to know him better or sponsor him. Or if you'd like to sponsor our racing show or be on our racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-7138. Or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. I'd like to thank our sponsor, ReviewFamily.com automobile sales. Go get a hold of them for all your automotive sales needs.